From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
The name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. I don't know why, but you are.
What's going on, nerds, and welcome to this week's episode of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. We are talking about probably our second or third musical we've ever done on the channel. It's Hamilton. And before I start talking and going in circles and la-di-da, 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 I'm going to send it over to Susie.
Why are you wearing a crown? Why are you wearing a crown? I need to know.
Really?
Yes.
You had to ask that question?
Yes.
Because Jonathan Groff was the best character in the King George III.
Okay, but you're more of like a George Washington character, not a Jonathan Groff character.
You leave my baldness out of it, lady.
I want you to know that you went for the baldness and just made it funnier.
So, Susie, please take over, because this was your idea.
Well, it was my idea, because I felt that with Independence Day being on Friday, and we hardly get time in our lives to have a history lesson.
Very vague history lesson, but yes.
Yeah. So I thought it was a good chance, and to do it in a fun way. Now I don't know how many of you know how huge Hamilton is. I will tell you the tickets are insanely expensive because I really want to go see this on stage, and they're insanely expensive. A little out of my price range, which sucks. I love going to see a musical at least once a year. Just out of my price range. But this was done with the original cast. It was released in 2020, so it was released during the pandemic, and it was released onto Disney Plus. I don't know what all there is to say other than our wonderful Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music. He starred as Hamilton. And I can give you a couple more of the actors and actresses and what they starred in, like Lafayette, who also plays Thomas Jefferson. He is Sebastian the Crab in The Little Mermaid. Ariana DeBose, who is the Bullet. She is the character. She characterizes the Bullet in Hamilton. She is in Wish and stars at as the main character in that. Would you like me to keep going? Because I can keep going.
Go for it.
Okay. Jonathan Groff, we know and love as Kristoff. I heard a rumor that one of my favorite shows is coming back onto Netflix. I will get you the name of that show in a hot minute because I forgot the name of the show, but I love it and highly recommend it, and will be super, super happy when it comes back because I miss that show. That show was amazing. So a couple of fun facts for this. This is based on a book that Lin-Manuel Miranda read. He picked up and he read, and he decided to make a musical about it. What's cool about it is there are two. If you notice, there's really not a whole lot of like rap songs. I think there's like maybe 4 in total.
I love how they take like the actual songs, and then instead of that being like the genre for the whole musical, that they change genres throughout the whole thing. That way, nothing feels
it all depends on the
stale.
character.
Yes.
It all depends on the character, what is going on in that moment. So like the cabinet meetings, those are done in a rap style, which makes sense because
That
if you
was
think about
awesome.
if you think about how
I
our
saw
Senate and our
8
House are
Mile.
set
I
up,
literally watched 8 Mile. Not watched 8 Mile,
the,
but
it's like it's back and forth, kind of yelling like that, almost like a rap style. Lafayette does a rap in the middle of one of the best songs in the show. And what's fun fact about that one, Lin-Manuel Miranda actually had to give him more words. He
I-
talked so fast they had to add lyrics to Lafayette.
I really enjoyed how they were able to just transition from one, not just songs to songs, but how they on a dime were able to drop genre and turn.
Mhm. Do you know what the hardest song is in Hamilton?
No,
Satisfied.
is it really?
One of the hardest songs in Hamilton.
But to what you said, July 3rd, 2020, it releases to Disney Plus. It was filmed in 2018.
Mhm.
And it had a stage production just for the filming. This is Disney's cameras. This is the show production of $12.5 million. And it was worth every bleeping penny.
I will tell you that there were 3 cameras in the audience to capture this. They had, I believe, 1 camera on the stage, but they had 3 cameras in the audience to capture this. So they had 1 center stage, they had 1 stage left and 1 stage right. And for those that don't understand that, if you're walking into the auditorium and you're looking at the stage right would be to your left, stage left would be to your right.
Well, yeah, because it's the point of view of the person
Correct.
looking out.
So there's theater left and theater right, and then there's stage left and stage right. Which, when you're a kid and trying to learning theater, that's a little confusing until you finally grasp that concept.
With how big Hamilton was, not just on stage, but then the production that has dropped onto Disney Plus, like the show. What other stage show do you think can also be brought to Disney Plus? Maybe not necessarily a Disney production like Lion King or something like that, but
so I'm going to answer with 2 answers. 1, Frozen has already been released on Disney Plus, and it is a filmed Broadway stage show. You added too much to that.
I forgot. I forgot. Okay, we're fine. We're good.
So Frozen has dropped onto Disney Plus. I have not watched it yet. I have listened to the entire
Is that the Broadway
soundtrack.
one?
It is the Broadway version, and I highly recommend watching it because it is no longer on Broadway.
Oh snap!
But they did a stage show. It is on Disney Plus. I have listened to all the music. All of the music fits in with the original music that we all know and love from Frozen. They have a lot of the original songs in there too. So that would be one that I would recommend that's already come on to Disney Plus. I have a couple that I would love to see done, mainly because I have issues. Little tiny issues.
You said tiny?
I said tiny.
Oh.
Little tiny issues.
Okay.
Don't start, AJ.
I'm not.
Okay. One of them would be Beetlejuice, who is coming back onto Broadway for 13 weeks.
Yeah, why am I not surprised?
But I would love to see a stage show of that. I would love it better with the original cast, but beggars can't be choosers.
As long as they got the right they still got Beetlejuice coming back.
Well, Alex Brightman is doing amazing as a voice actor, so I would not be surprised if he didn't come back.
Oh, well, good for him.
But that would be something that I would love to see. one that I would recommend, and AJ's gonna make a face at me. Do not watch the movie version of Cats. Watch the theatrical stage show of
Why
Cats.
would I make the face? I've never seen the movie or the
Can we just skip them
theatrical.
both as a whole?
Huh?
Can we just skip them both as a whole? I got beef with Cats.
Yeah, you're allergic. But
I don't like the movie, but I like this. So I have they had filmed the stage production of it. I love the stage production of it. I've seen it live. I've watched the movie. I know majority of the songs. That one I would recommend. But I think other than that, most of the Broadway shows I would love to see, and actually one that I would love to see a stage show of, which also is a Disney one that I have seen performed on Broadway,
Aladdin.
would be Aladdin. The Genie is absolutely phenomenal. I like the Genie more in the stage show than I do it in the animated. AJ's gonna make a face at me, but it's for the reason of the amount of freedom that the
Susie, say
Genie
what?
has. Huh?
I said, Susie, say what?
I love Robin Williams. I will forever love Robin Williams. But the Genie that they have, that is not the Genie that they have, because they don't have like one particular Genie. They've rotated through genies. But the Genie for Aladdin ad-libs, like cracks jokes, like almost the same stuff that Robin Williams used to do.
There used to be a Disney stage show, I think, in Disneyland of Aladdin, and he used to do the same thing. I wish I knew his name off the top of my head. I know he's on TikTok, and we'll go through how all that happened and some of the jokes that he was only allowed to say once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
so they can't repeat
I
jokes.
understand that.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not
so
that they
for
can't
me, that
repeat jokes. It's he said it, and they said no.
Yeah. So Aladdin for that holds a near dear place in my heart because they were able to capture the magic that Robin Williams had. So I mean, I honestly, I think the next one they need to do would be Aladdin, though I'd love to see a Hercules musical.
Has that happened before?
No,
Oh.
it's coming.
Oh,
it's
that's
coming. I'm
Well,
excited.
Let's go back to Hamilton, and while the people are real, some of the stuff that happens during Hamilton is a little dramatized. Is that the right word?
So they do play loose with some of the historical. So it's not. This is called historical fiction.
Yes.
So
Are you okay with the historical fiction, or did you want it more of a music version by the numbers of what happened?
No, I think that this is perfect because it gives kids a representation of what people went through. Separation from their families. Like it's a dramatization of what really happened with some embellishments or downplaying of some of the heavier points. So I think it's really good for kids to go and see. It's not that it's accurate to history, which is why I call it historical fiction, but it is definitely.
You are correct. It is listed under a historical fiction musical. You are right. I was just asking more of a preference for you two. Are you okay with it being like this, or did you want it to be more realistic?
No, I think this is realistic enough that I love the Revolutionary War, so being able to watch it and go, okay, this is close enough to history where I'd be okay with my daughter getting into history this way.
Yeah, I've seen The Patriot many times, and I still can't wait for them to burn down the church. I'm sorry. Lucius Malfoy burns down the church.
Which is actually really funny because Patriot is one of my favorite Revolutionary War movies, and I finally, not too long after I'd watched The Patriot, I found out that they had done a movie to book of it, and I read the book, which has so much more details. But it was really cool. I've always been a fan of historical fiction, so
yeah,
which helps.
I
AJ, I
didn't
have a question
realize
for
how
you.
many. Oh shit!
You can finish your sentence first.
I didn't know how many people were in the Patriot. I knew Mel Gibson, obviously. That was
Mhm.
it. Then you have Jason Isaacs, guy who played Joker,
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, and there's multiple other ones that are literally just
Mhm.
not coming to mind. And you're just
The
watching it, you're
Patriot
like,
is so the Patriot is where I fell in love with Heath Ledger. So
yeah, we saw how well that worked out.
yeah. Um,
Holy
but AJ, I
crap,
have
that
a
was a
question for you, and James,
2000.
I have a question for you. AJ has to answer first, so you have time to think about it.
Uh-huh.
You have to pick 2 songs
Oh,
that are your favorite. One from
gotta.
Act 1 and one from Act 2.
I have to look up the songs. I don't know the names of them. Why don't you go first?
Um,
And
see,
take
he's
your
gonna look up the
time.
songs. He's gonna look up the songs that way. I'm gonna go into my albums and look up the songs that way because I know exactly which songs they are, so that helps.
I wish you
So
would
my
tell
2
me what
favorite
acts
songs.
they're on or in.
So my 2 favorite songs. Well, that's why I was looking it up on the album because disc 1 is Act 1 and disc 2 is Act 2. So for me, it is The World Turned Upside Down. So it's the Yorktown song. And that has the mix of singing and rap and just everything that you possibly could need. And then technically I have 2 favorite songs in Act 2, but my top favorite is What Did I Miss?
No, do the second one. No, do the second one. No, don't cheat. Come on, do the second one.
Burn.
Oof. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So, since I'm being told to now go,
Uh-huh.
I let me start with this. Once you think a song is over, it comes back in an hour as like
Mhm.
another part of another song or a transition into another song.
Mhm.
The amount of times after watching it this morning that I keep saying I'm not going to lose my shot. And then an hour later saying it again. It's yeah, it's there. And then the cabinet battle where they're rapping, and it's just a Yo Mama contest basically.
I will tell you that it is factually accurate that Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton did not get along.
I thought you were gonna say rap battled.
No.
That would be
They
called
really,
parlay.
yeah, they really didn't get along. So there's your fun fact for the day. I've got another fun fact if you
Also,
want it.
before James goes, I did love the audio mixing in the musical because not everything is coming out of what they're saying. Sometimes they'll blast out like some of the transitions where
Mhm.
I don't know what song it was where she starts singing and then stops and it's like it's rewinding.
Satisfied.
Sure.
It's satisfied.
And then I rewatched the song twice or the moment twice. Where out of nowhere, this mother, and literally, I'm just laughing my butt off because there is so much fun in this musical, and we haven't even touched the Jonathan Groff stuff.
Oh no, I was saving him for a minute.
Well, yeah, that's why I said we're not touching it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were my 2 favorite songs. But I will say You'll Be Back and its 2 others following songs are there.
James?
Are definitely playlist.
All right. So I want to pull a trick from you here. So one of my favorite songs is Alexander Hamilton because that was the first song I heard before I actually knew what the play was, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is amazing!" And just like AJ. I love my shot. But Aaron Burr, sir. Because for the longest time, me and Megan were going on quoting, talk less, smile more.
I know. I wanted to punch you.
All right, Act 2. I have quite a bit, but one of my favorites is like one of the cabinet battles, number 2, because they do a Jay-Z reference because they end up going, Hova, and I jumped up going, ah! And then Megan's like, sit down.
You're like Leonardo DiCaprio, like, hip, up.
Then also, hold on, wait. Let me see if I get it right here. The Reynolds report, right?
Reynolds pamphlet.
There you go. Did you see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never gonna be president. Never gonna be president. And you just had Mr. King in the background, just.
Yeah.
Oh, sitting on the little the.
It's near the end where he just gets up and he's like, "I was
Uh-huh.
sit your rolling ass back down."
I love the subtle fourth wall breaks because it doesn't take away from what's happening on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're on the subtle fourth wall breaks, I would like to point out that we did not watch a show about Alexander Hamilton. We watched a show about King George. And while we are on the subject of King George and his
he literally tells
spectacular
everybody to shut their
awesomeness-
phones off and prepare for his show.
Yes. And honestly, that is I could not think of a better way to tell people that you are now entering an era that you need to just pay attention.
I did think it
We're
was
gonna go
funny how it
fast.
had a minute-long intermission.
I also found it funny that
I
so
thought it was going to be like a
last-
20-minute intermission.
No, it's just a minute. So I'm talking to AJ last week about this, and I was like, so AJ, I need you to pay careful attention. Because I need you to understand why there's memes about Jonathan Groff. He messages me today and he goes, Jonathan Groff is amazing. Okay, but do you understand why there's memes about him? Yes.
He goes so hard as King George III.
I
Then turns
cannot-
into a puppet figure when he's doing the la-di-da stuff.
He is amazing, and the people that don't get enough props in this are the background dancers. So
I
all
love
the
how
extras,
they were dressed the same
yes,
from start to finish because they're there. You notice they're there, but they're also able to blend in for scene
Mhm.
changes.
yeah. So they added like a royal coat or a red coat over their thing, but their outfits stayed the same throughout the
They
whole
stay in
thing.
the corset and the leggings. Corset,
Angelica,
right?
I believe stays in the same thing. Eliza's, I think, changes slightly.
When she gets married, she gets the magnetic snap of the veil on her head.
Yeah, but like they tried to keep everyone kind of in the same outfit so you knew who they were. So I don't have enough kudos for the background dancers and the amount of stuff that they did. However, kudos to one background dancer who did the farmers. It's the farmers. It's the so the song is called Farmer Refuted by Thane Jasperson, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and the rest of the cast. He has been on the show of Hamilton pretty much since it started. He is one of the remaining original cast members that is still doing Hamilton. So I cannot, that is just, my mind is blown from that. Most people have like gone and done other things. So
you want to hear something funny? That me looking up one of the songs just happened to have like a tiny bit of knowledge of some of the background of how Hamilton got started.
Yeah.
In the book Hamilton the Revolution, Lin-Manuel Miranda says he went for a drink with Hugh Laurie after filming their 2009 episode of Hugh Laurie's series House. in which Miranda guest starred. I told him I wanted to write a breakup letter from King George to the colonies. That's Lin-Manuel talking to Hugh Laurie.
Mhm.
And then without hesitation, Miranda writes without blinking. He improvs, you'll be back," wagging his finger, and then they talked about how the song would play out. So it sounds like him and Hugh Laurie had some fun coming up with concepts to the production side of Hamilton, which is kind of funny. So I remember the episode that he was on, or the episodes that he was on House when he's stuck in the mental institution.
Yeah. But it's I Lin-Manuel Miranda also did In the Heights,
Yes.
which was then transitioned into a movie. I'm not a huge fan of musicals that go into movies. I don't mind when they're shot on the stage, but a lot of times there's like an essence almost that goes missing when you take a stage and make it into a movie. There are a couple exceptions to that, but it's such a small percentage that like
So when it comes to, and we're just talking about Hamilton here,
mhm.
who has the best performance you feel from start to finish with however much screen time they end up having?
Do you want the actor's name or do you want the character's name?
If you could do both, if you know both.
Lafayette, Thomas Jefferson.
I will get you that in a second.
It's the same actor.
I know, but I want to give the actor props.
It's Daveed Diggs.
Yeah, I don't have to do it then,
I had to think about it for a minute.
I do like Daveed Diggs when he switches to Thomas Jefferson. I do like him a little bit more because he's a very snarky Thomas Jefferson, and he'll do the yeah kind of stuff, or the comment section. Dang.
I think it's fitting though that they take characters that are like a main character in the Revolution, and they make use of that same actor in the second act with a different character.
Is that common with plays and musicals?
Yes. Not all musicals are like that. It depends on their format, but something like this, something similar to Hamilton, absolutely. Because you want the actor or actress to have something to do in the second act. Sometimes they'll go into being in the background,
Mm-hmm.
so they'll be part of the background dancers, or sometimes they'll take on another role, kind of like they did here, to just help. So like Peggy is also Maria Reynolds. I can't think of his name, but Lawrence is also Philip, Hamilton's first son.
Yes.
John
Lawrence.
I can't think of. I can picture the actor in my head, but I can't think of what his name is. But he turns into Madison.
It's Hercules Mulligan
Thank you.
and James Madison, and
Mhm.
I don't know how to say that. I'm hoping it gives me a way
I
to
wouldn't
say
even.
that.
I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, like that.
Ocaredi on
Don't butcher.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I apologize. I am sorry. James.
All right, because I'm terrible. So obviously, Lafayette, Jefferson, Hamilton. Actually, I'm just gonna say the entire cast because I was impressed with everybody.
And cop out.
Bitch, fuck you. Okay, listen, I can't pick from a start to the cast like that. I'm just gonna go with Jefferson. All right, because Jefferson has that southern flair, and he reminds me of my cousin, and I fucking love him. So
So I will state Jonathan Groff for King George. But that's not it. He's like S tier. Just I really liked Chris Jackson as George Washington.
And he's in Moana. He's Chief.
Is he really?
Yes.
He was so good with the scenes he had. I was very much impressed.
I'm more scared with the amount of things that I'm pulling out of my head right now.
But I was very shocked on how much I enjoyed Hamilton, to the point where I kind of want to tell you to fit Newsies in somewhere.
We can do that.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna be like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
We can do that.
I hear Christian Bale's in it.
Uh-huh. He is.
I wonder how old he is in that movie. He's got to be young.
Not necessarily. It depends on what role he has.
Shit. We're good. We're good. Nothing happened. We're fine.
I saw nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just fidget. It's fine. I can't sit still. I fidget.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You suck.
No. He said, no, my son do not have ADD. He is just hyper all the time. It's me.
Hi.
I'm just
You're
like,
the
nope.
problem. It's you.
Did you make a T Swift reference right now? What the fuck?
So
Do
this
you
was
see who I'm
filmed
married to?
in
Yeah.
what?
He said,
does that
"Did you
have to
just
do with
make a
anything?
T Swift
A Tay-
reference?"
A Tay Tay Swift reference?
Yes.
That's what I'm calling Tay Tay.
I wasn't gonna make a TT Swift reference.
No, I did. Okay. So,
Yeah.
what do you got, Suze?
So I can tell you that Newsies was released on my birthday in 1992,
I feel like
and it was
now we
directed by
have to
Kenny
do it.
Ortega. Now we really have to do it.
Kenny Ortega, like High School Musical and Descendants. Kenny
Yeah.
Ortega.
Yeah.
Damn. Boy did stuff.
The more you
before-
know.
Yeah.
Go.
So AJ, out of 10, how would you rank this in rewatchability and on the no, you don't really need to use the same scale, but would you recommend watching this?
I would definitely recommend watching it.
Mhm.
I would rate it probably an 8 or 8.5, and the only thing that hurts it, there are some moments where I had the stereo up trying to listen, but it sounded a little muffled, mumbled, or just unaudible.
Mhm.
Which it's a stage show, it's a musical. I understand. It
I
was
will
just more
recommend-
of like.
I
what-
will suggest to you, AJ, that if you're watching this on your phone, watch it on the TV. It does make a difference.
Technically, I was watching it over a Bluetooth.
Same thing. James?
Does that have to be out of 10?
It's surpassing 10. It sounds like.
I'm not gonna blow my shot like this. You understand that, like, I was isolated from you guys. And I got to watch as I'm sitting here and just going tears in my eyes, and I'm like, I gotta tell them about this. And I forgot.
Okay, I wouldn't call it isolated during COVID. We had Friday night drinks over Discord, Zoom, Facebook.
I was just drinking water.
How dare you?
My local store was closed. Okay. Couldn't get anything I wanted.
Why are you shrinking?
I don't know. Did the blue pill finally wear off?
Okay, so you're
Oh.
rank this high in rewatchability and obviously recommending this.
Recommend it. I mean, if I'm not quoting it in front of people, if I'm not doing a little dance from it, if I'm not playing the music, yeah, no, it's overly recommended because I see it spreading in my workplace.
Yeah, I could see you. You shot him.
I'm the damn fool that shot him. Oh,
All right, Suze, what's your call before we close up shop?
For me, it'd probably be, I'd say an 8 out of 10 for rewatchability. Now, don't get me wrong, I will watch it, but I love the whole musical. I skip over the cabinet battle.
How dare you?
people were like the
I
most.
as much as the cabinet battle is one of those ones that I'm not a huge fan of, like rap or like stuff like that.
Mhm.
So for me, it's not. I'd have to be in the mood for it. It's not something that I could just sit there and just watch the cabinet battle every time it's on. But that's just in me personal, which is why it loses like 2 points in watchability. But hi, I recommended us to watch this, so it's definitely rewatchable. Would torture myself. And I definitely would recommend it. Even if rap, I say rap, James, don't hurt me. Even if like rap isn't your thing, like definitely worth the watch. The rap segments are like so small that it's negligible.
It's a way from it's a way for them to drop exposition fast.
It's also a way for them to differentiate between characters.
Not just that though, too. You get rap, you get R&B, you get swing, you get new jack, you get a lot of things up in there. It's just a
It's
Yeah.
a big jumbo pot of everything.
yeah.
Got anything
No blue
else
stuff.
on Hamilton before I change subjects for one?
All I'm saying is just when people are watching, I just want to be in a room when it happens. A room when it happens. A room when it happens. Oh,
I can't get
wife.
mad at him.
I can't, but where's his wife?
But since
That's it.
since this
No.
episode basically has turned into to Susie's show for the evening, I hear we might have, well, not might, we are definitely that we'll have a special episode of a certain warning show coming out early morning on Friday. Do you wanna?
We
Tell
are gonna go
everybody.
see the new Jurassic movie.
You
Tomorrow
bet your
night.
ass we will.
And I'm super excited to see Scarlett Johansson take this over. I'm waiting to see where they go with this. The previews have been nothing short of fantastic, so I'm hopeful that they continue the franchise and do some honor to it. But given how I feel about the final movie in the other trilogy, I'm a little hesitant, but I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. And either AJ or Paul, who are going with me, and one of them will inevitably be sitting next to me, are either going to be black and blue by the time we're done with the movie, or I'm going to need a pair of pants.
The thing is, you hit Paul, he hits back. You hit me, I can't do anything.
AJ goes, "Ow."
Well, no, because Jessica will be with us too, and she'll be like, "Don't hit her. She hit me. We probably deserved it." How it goes.
No, once in a while she tells you to hit me back.
Yeah, but that's when you piss her off.
It's true.
She uses me as a proxy. But thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate having you here. If you have any comments on Hamilton, drop them down in the description. Thank you for everybody who has already liked the video. James, plug your shit, please.
Is it leaking?
So in case anyone is interested, we need you to go check out James's Instagram, which he'll tell you about in just a minute, but he's been doing some really cool artwork for us.
He's
And
about to
hopefully
post a bunch of Kineticon stuff in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so definitely follow him. I know he's open for commissions, so you want to shoot him a message to find out like how much and everything else.
He's wide open.
He he did a beautiful piece of artwork for me and his wonderful girlfriend when we go to Kineticon that we're hoping to show off. So definitely check him out. I'm gonna let him plug his own handle though, because I don't know it offhand, because what I know it as is not correct.
jfair_art is the Instagram tag. If I'm not posting my art, I'm randomly posting my TikTok reels that did slightly good on TikTok on there, just for mild entertainment. Just interact. Like, subscribe, follow. Right? Yeah, that's what kids do, right? That's
Yeah.
right. That's busting, right? Yeah. On God.
Why are you acting older than you are?
I don't know. What is up, my fellow teens?
I walked into that one. I walked face first into that, but like,
Oh, you guys
okay, on
missed it.
that note, AJ, take us out. Take me out to the ball game.
Wait,
That's
are you
not
gonna-
what I meant.
Are you taking me out for dinner, or what an assassin, or just surprise me?
We're gonna just surprise you.
Yeah, with click. Bye.
Like, hey guys,
We have now effectively killed AJ.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you Friday morning for the spoiler warning of Jurassic World Rebirth. Deuces.
Bye bye.
Yeet.